Okay, so let us start the session for today. So, what are the things that we are going to see today? So, today we are going to see today, let us see the parts that we had missed out for yesterday. Okay, so right now, we had an overall idea about how to create a website using the WordPress website, that is WordPress.com. Okay, right now let us learn the SEO basics one more time, and Samir might know some of the concepts already. If you want me to skip some of the concepts, I can able to do that if you want. And let me to start with today. We are going to see about the basics of SEO. Okay, so we are going to see the basics of SEO. Then we are going to see how we can able to implement those changes in the website. Okay, done. So what are the things that are essential for SEO? Suppose for an example, if we are making some searches, online, uh, food food delivery. Might be I can use something like online food delivery, or otherwise I can able to use something which can be interesting. Just give me a minute. Okay, so let us search for something which might be something like how to write a all right letter. Cool. So if someone is searching for this word, how to write a letter, okay. So how do we make some of the websites to be ranking at the higher position? So let us explore those things. So let us explore this grammar dot your dietary your dictionary.com. Okay, so I think they had optimized clearly, well and good, exactly the way how we have to optimize the particular website for the on-page segment for the keyword that we are targeting. Okay, and I do believe that how to write a letter might be one possible large searching keyword that people might be searching for. We will see how many searches happening for this particular search. Okay, so I'm going to copy paste how to write a keyword, how to write a letter, and we will go for the global option. Okay, so what do I have here? So how there is a spell error T, and that spell error is making a lot of searches. Okay, otherwise I think the same search has been duplicated. We will leave these two things which are misspells, and let us search for how to write a letter. So how many people are searching for this one? There is 3,68,000 people are searching for this keyword, which is how to write a letter. Okay, all right. So we does definitely have a very low keyword on the competition segment. The reason is, there is no commercial benefits when people are, coming to this particular website, and they won't be making any transactions. So there is no commercial benefit. So the advertisements were highly less. Okay. So let us explore one more thing. How is the competition level for the SEO ranking? How to write a letter. So here we can able to see the keyword difficulty. It is 82 percentage. That means this particular how to write a letter keyword has a highest keyword difficulty in order to make us ranking, bring it to the ranking to the top position through the SEO process. Okay. All right. So anyway, so that is what they had did, and that is what we are going to do the same way. So there is a high competition, so the optimizations will be much well and good. So let us explore so how they had optimized. So hope you can able to view this, something similar like a WordPress website that we might had already created, and their primary income generation option would be through the advertisements which they had, which they are showing in this particular website. And this same website we can able to create with the help of WordPress document. And I guess that this particular website has been created in WordPress document only. So let us explore whether this is a WordPress document. I do have a tool to check out what is the website made of. Okay, so this is not a WordPress website. So this is made of something else, or maybe through the customized website portal that they had created. Anyway, so right now, the same website we can able to create with the help of WordPress.com. Okay, we can able to create with the help of WordPress. So what are the things that we have some text, and we have some paragraphs, and we have some breadcrumbs which are available, and we have some space for the advertisement, and we have some place for downloading the PDF, and we have some some place where the previous post has been shown, and then what we have is the comment section. That's all. So that's all. So the similar kind of website we can able to create with the help of WordPress.com. Okay, so creation of the website will not be taking much of time, and you can notice that there are a lot of text which has been used for this particular website. So there is nothing much, just there are a lot of text and limited amount of images which has been used, and that's all this particular website has. But because of this particular website is receiving almost, not only because of this, simply by having some text added in this particular website, this website is receiving approximately, we can consider 1.5 lakh of audience visits only through the keyword how to write a keyword, how to write a letter. Okay, so that means they are making a huge traffic out of the keyword, and they had made the best optimizations whatever it is possible. Okay, so let us explore what are the things that they had implemented. And before going into what are the things that they had implemented, let us check out what are the things that are required. What are the things that are required when we are going to consider for the on-page optimization? Okay, there are two types of optimization. One is on-page optimization, and one is off-page optimization. So what is the difference? So the on-page optimization are the things, the changes that we are going to make on the website. Instead, I can write it as on the web page of a website. Okay, so this is what we called as um, on-page optimization. All right. So what do we have here? Off-page optimization. These are the modifications or changes that we do outside the website, or also we can able to say you mean I can able to say in the web. Okay, all right. So this is what we will be doing for the on-page optimization, and this is what we will be doing for the off-page optimization. And right now we are going to see so what are the things that we will be doing for the on-page optimization. For you to know, Google will be using a web crawler, and that crawler will be visiting each and every website in a period of time. Suppose, for an example, if it is a news website, it will be checking. The bot will be checking every 5 minutes or even every 1 hour. Okay, and suppose if some of the website which are something like a blog site, every weekly once the same bot will be checking. Okay, so this is what we call it as Google bot. So similarly, we have bots for the Yahoo search engine, and for the Amazon search engine as well. Okay, so these bots, when they visit a particular website, those visits will not be considered as a visits from the general user, and those data will not be used or shown in Google Analytics or any analytics platform, because Google bot or any bot, the purpose of this particular bot is just to come to the website, and it has to pick up some of the data which is available public, and will be using it for the search listing process and for optimization process, and for making the people to identify this website. Okay, all right. So this is how the Google bot will visiting all the websites. So how does it visits all the website? It starts from a website, and it goes through all the links whichever is available in this website, and after if it catches some new website, from there it catches all the links whichever is available in the next website, and if there is something new website which has been found on that particular website, it will start from there and it will be going to the next website. Okay, we call it as Google spider. We can say something like a spider. It catches one web, and after that it catches the other web, and then and it's keep on continuously roam around the web to find out the data whichever is required for the Google search engine, and then it keeps on flowing in the web. So that is why when we make some changes on the website, it might not be immediately reflecting in our website, but it will be reflected after a certain period of time, because the reason is Googlebot has to come to our website, and it has to find those changes, and it has to update in the database, and that is how it can able to be reflected in the Google search engine. Okay, all right, fine then. So we had seen about Googlebot right now, and so what are the things that Googlebot will take from the web page, and it will be displaying in the Google search engine. I mean, it will be displayed. It will be used for the search engine optimization. So right now, I'm going to explain you what is search engine optimization. So this is an optimization method. So optimization method used for optimization used for any website or web page. We write it as web page. Okay. So what does this optimization means? Optimization in the sense, suppose when this Google bot visits our page, and we want to convey to this Google bot that this particular web page has been designed for a particular search term that people are searching for. Suppose when people are searching for some books, we have to write some content, and we have to have some titles whichever is related to the books, so that this Google bot will pick up all those data, and while it is going to save it in the Google database, it will be using the category books, and from which the Google can able to identify, and it can able to analyze, and it can come to a conclusion that this particular web page is something like related to this particular related to the keyword search that people are doing for, which happens for when the people are searching for some particular keyword. This particular page is relevant, and this particular page belongs to this category, and all those segregations will be identified by the Google bot. So the purpose of SEO, search engine optimization, and in this in this on-page optimization, it is to convey the Google that this particular page is highly relevant for the keyword people are searching for. And what is the keyword that people are searching for? The same keywords will be used for optimizing the on-page optimization. Let me to repeat one more time clearly. So the SEO has two parts. One is on-page optimization, and the second one is off-page optimization. And what does this on-page optimization does? The on-page optimization are the changes that we are going to do it in our own web page, in such a way that it will communicate the Google bot, and it will communicate the Google search engine algorithm that this particular web page has been optimized for this particular keyword that people are searching for. Okay, so how do we do that? So Google bot can able to read text, whatever the text that is available in this web page, and Google bot cannot able to read any of the script, any of the execution script, or any of the coding scripts whichever has been used in this particular website. So it can able to read only the text part whichever is available uh, in the web page, and it will be using few of the tags to identify which tag this particular text belongs to. Suppose for an example, inside a web page, so whatever the web page whichever has been created in any platform, as a result, while that particular web page had came to the browser end, all the web pages will be converted to HTML and CSS. Okay, for the end user, this particular browser will be displaying in the way of HTML and CSS file. Okay, so HTML and CSS file, hope you might be knowing what is the details and etc. So it is a basic coding language used for creating an online website. So HTML is a programming language which has been used for creating a website online, and CSS is the one thing which is used for providing the designs and creating some designs for the HTML tags that has been designs for the the web page whatever that has been created. So we can say HTML is something like the skeleton, and the CSS can be considered something like the flash. So with this skeleton and flash, it becomes a complete website. Okay, so let me to say for an example, if we visit this particular website, how to write a letter, and these are all the text. But what font we have to use, and whether it has to be bold or something, those codings will be written in the css. Okay, so css, on the full form, it will be said as cascade uh, styling sheet, css. Okay. So cascading style sheets. Okay, so this is the definition of this particular cascading style sheet. So here there is an example, like inside this h1 is the tag which will be used for the the web, which is going to be used for the html purpose website. And this particular h1 tag will be configured with the color white and background color with orange and border with 1 pixel, and padding is equal to 00 something something, and the font weight is going to be bold. So this is the description and details which has been provided to this h1 tag. Okay, so h1 tag by default, it will be used for creating a header file, I'm sorry, creating a header text for a website. And when we are going to give this kind of details on colors, background and borders, etc., so this will be applied on this particular h1 tag, so that the text which has been used by the html coding will be provided with the design that we had provided with the help of css. So hope you understand, html is the skeleton and css is the associated designed file that helps the particular the website to come and look out properly. Okay, so this particular Google bot will read only the tags whichever is highly essential for the ranking process. And let me to list out what are the important things from a website that will be considered as per the Google's on-page optimization ranking purpose. Okay, so the one thing is, the first important thing is title. Second important thing is URL. So okay. So before saying it as before I am going to say it as a tag. So let us see what are the things that are counted as an on-page optimization works to be done on the web page. Okay. So what are the on-page optimization works? So the Google will be considering the tag which has been used in the HTML file named title, and these tags will be starting with without a slash and ending with a slash. Okay, so title, and then what we have is the apart next to the title, the important thing that Google looks at is the url and url structure of this website. And the third important thing that Google on page optimization will be considered will be meta description. Okay, and the fourth important tag which is going to be used is going to be h1 tag. Okay, so this meta description is also a tag which will be available inside the which will be available inside the header file. Okay, and after this h1 tag, the third, I'm sorry, the fifth important the tag which will be considered by Google is h2 tag. Then what we have is the paragraph tag. So these are the tags which will be having the text, and apart from this, there are few tags which will be used by Google bot to identify an image and to categorize this particular image. So what are those tags? So it will be image tag, so which is going to be used by Google to identify this particular tag is used for an image. So that means this particular data whichever has been entered in this image tag, those are belongs to a image file. Okay, so inside this image tag, so there will be few of the data like alt tag, so we call it as alt tag. So alt is equal to there will be some data here. Okay, and then what we have is a title tag. Title is the second priority, the highest priority is for the alt tag. Okay, so as and apart from this, one more thing which will be considered for Google bot is going to be the file name, filename.jpg. Okay, all right. So this is how we mentioned a image inside the HTML file, and the Google bot will read this particular data for the optimization process. Okay, all right. So apart from these tags, whichever has been implemented in the file, implemented in the web page that we had created, the other things which will be considered by Google for a ranking purpose would be text to code ratio. Suppose if it is a learning site, suppose if the people are coming for some information, that the Google will be giving a higher weightage for the website which is having a more number of text and less amount of code. Okay, so that the coding will be taking lesser amount of time for the loading purpose, and a lot of text can be shown for the audience people are searching for. Okay, so this is why the Google will be considering the text to code ratio. And after this, what is the thing that Google will be looking out will be um, click through rate. Suppose there are organically we have some 10 results, but when people are highly interested towards clicking the the title tag which has been appeared in the seventh result, then Google will give the importance for the this particular seventh resulted advertisement, or I can say seventh resulted website details that will be optimized and that will be brought to the top position. Okay, all right. So these are the things that Google will be considering for the on-page optimization process. Okay, all right. Hope you understand. So whenever we had provided some of these details in a website, those data will be taken by Google bot and will be used for the processing of SEO optimization process. Okay, so let us see how we can able to define and what we can able to enter in these things. So right now, if I'm going to write it for the if I'm going to optimize for the keyword, how to write a keyword, how to write a letter. The simplest optimization method would be this: how to write a letter. Copy. And this is a website structure. So website URL. Let me to say this website has the name called learnfund.com slash. Okay. Here comes the place where we can able to make the optimization, because usually when a website domain has been purchased, we can't able to make some changes in this particular domain name. So we'll be having a higher opportunity to edit the slug, and the slug is the one thing called the URL which will be coming after the slash, after the backslash, whatever the website URL that used for this particular website, and those will be considered as a slug, and what is the keyword that has been there used in the slug will be important for the on-page optimization. So right now, what I'm going to do is in the URL, I'm going to use the same keyword that people are that we are targeting for. So right now, how to write a letter. So this is a keyword that we are planning now, planning for optimization, right? Okay. So how to write a letter, and in this learnfund.com, and I'm going to use. And one more thing is, in this URL, we can't able to use a space. So in order to compensate that, we are going to use the hyphen. So whenever we had used the hyphen, the Google will consider that particular hyphen as a space. Okay. So learnfund.com, how to write a letter. So in this meta description, what I'm going to write is how to write a letter. So H1 tag, what I'm going to write is how to write a letter. H2 tag, how to write a letter. So usually in a single page, we can have multiple H1 tags and multiple H2 tags. And usually it is advised to have only one H1 tag for the optimization process. Else, the particular web page might be redirected, or particular website might be targeting two keywords, which is not healthy when we are planning for optimization process. Okay, all right. So right now we have two H2 tags and we have some paragraph tags. So in this paragraph tag, what I'm going to do, I'm going to write it as how to write a letter. So here we have the image file, image tag. So in this particular image tag, what I'm going to write, I'm going to write it as how to write a letter. And similarly, how the URL has been there. So in this particular, image file name, we can't able to use the space. So I'm going to use hyphen, how to write a letter. Then what we have, so in this alt tag, so I'm going to write the same thing. So what is this alt tag? So alt tag, we can have the spaces. The reason is, this particular alt tag will be shown in the web page if the image is not loaded. So if the image is not loaded, this particular alt tag will be shown, and that's the purpose that alt tag has been created. And what is this title tag? So title tag is the tag which will be used when we move our mouse over that particular image. A possible pop-up will come and it will say about the description of this particular image, and that is called title tag. Okay. All right. So hope you understand. So this is the simplest version of optimizing the keyword, optimizing the website for the keyword how to write a letter. But practically, when we do in this kind of optimization method, so why I hope you might understand why I had reflected the same keyword in everywhere. The reason is, when Google searches for a keyword that is how to write a letter, it will try to find out the same keywords whether it is available on the web page, so whether it is available on the title or description, h1, and etc etc. Okay, so if this keyword has been available in all those places, and this page will be considered as the relevant page for the keyword how to write a letter. Okay. All right, but practically, we can't able to do it in this way. The reason is, Google had become smarter nowadays, and nowadays, whenever we use this kind of keyword repetition, so it will be considered as spammy or something, like, Google will consider it as artificial, and it will not be providing any ranking opportunities for this particular website. Okay, so in order to avoid that, what we can able to do, so we will be writing this particular how to write a letter keyword only in the places which will be considered by Google as the highest priority. So what are the places? So one important places, as I had written based on the priority, the highest priority is gone for the title. Okay. So in this title, along with how to write a letter, I'm going to use this place for learnfun.com. Okay, so this will help us to have a brand visibility. And apart from this, we had used only the keyword which people are searching for in this Google search, and apart from this, we had not used anything. Okay, all right. Then what we have, so we have the option for learnfun.com, and this is the URL. So we have written as how to write a letter. It is fine, not a problem. Okay, and meta description. So meta description will provide us the opportunity to write more than 3 sentences for a meta description. And let me to show you what is the recommended meta description total characters that we can use it in the meta description. Actually, we can use as much characters we want, but practically for the purpose of search engine optimization, we limit the meta description to a particular number of characters, and we will see how much characters that we can able to do it for, that we can write it for a maximum for the meta description. The website is slow. Show okay. I'm presenting. There are some more comments. Let me to have a check. Okay, well, hi Samir. I'm not sure. I think I think I had dropped out from this Google Meet. So hope you might understood. Till the last session that we were discussing. If there is anything, you can convey me. Might be in the chat or might be using the mic. Till image topic. All right, that's great. Okay, so previously I was informing that for this image, we can use the file name as the keyword that we had created, and for the alt tag we can use the same keyword, and title we can use the same keyword. Okay, so this is the simplest method through which we can create for the we can optimize the particular web page for the keyword that we are targeting, how to write a letter. Okay, but right now the Google algorithm had become smart, and so we can't able to just keep on repeating the same keyword again and again in the title or URL or description. Okay, so rather what we have to do is we have to provide we have to provide a clear structure such a way that we will be communicating Google that this particular website is highly relevant and we are not spamming. Okay, so how to do that? So in this title, whatever the things whichever is important, so I had repeated the sentences, the keywords exactly in the title, exactly in the URL, and exactly in the meta description. Actually, meta description we can able to write as much text as possible, but there is a limitation for the purpose of on-page optimization. I'm sorry, for the purpose of search engine optimization. So what is the total characters that are required, that are expected for this meta description? For the meta description, it says that but Google generally turn cats snippets to etc etc. It's best to keep meta descriptions long enough that they are sufficient descriptive, so we recommend description between 50 to 160 characters. Okay, so this is what it had given. So it says that limit to 2 or 3 lines with a maximum of 50 to 160 characters for this meta description. Okay, all right. So right now we are going to see, and in my suggestions what I would provide you is if you want to optimize this particular description specifically for this keyword, how to write a letter. Okay, so I would recommend to provide the detailed descriptions of the highly priority keywords, that is writing, and then it's a letter. So letter is a noun, so this is the one which is going to describe about the letter, okay, write a letter, how to write a letter. So right now we are going to write something. Okay, so right now we are going to write something exactly, something relevant for the keyword how to write a letter in this meta description. So let me to write what could be the meta description that I can able to write. I can use the word write and letter. So I have to say about this letter, and I can able to use writing as the part of the information that I want to communicate for this Google for this keyword. Okay, so nothing more than that. So how I can able to write? I can able to write in such a way that letter writing is a method of conveying the information to words. Okay, all right. So this is the thing that I had created, and similarly, I'm going to create some more details, something which is similar to this letter writing. So what are the things that I can able to write? I'm going to write, let us learn on how to write a letter. Okay, all right. So simply, let me add the word simply or easily. Uh, Okay, let me to use the word simply. Okay, so that's all the description says about. So this description has been limited only to the keyword letter writing and not nothing more than that. Okay, it gives something like the dictionary format of the text that we had been planned for the particular keyword. Okay, so in this way, we'll be limiting the complete focus only to the letter writing. All right, so this is how we can provide this is how we can able to create for the meta description of a particular particular page that we are targeting. I'm going to use this as a meta description. Then what do we have? So h1 tag is an important tag for Google. So let me to repeat the same. And for h2 tag, what I get able to do. So for h2 tag, I'm going to write it as letter writing. So which is a other form of the same writing a letter. How to write a letter. Okay. Okay. So letter writing. Then so what else do I have? So the h2 tag, how to write a letter. Uh, So, how to write a letter? I'm sorry, for the H2 tag, what I'm going to write it here is, I can write something specific if I want to narrow my target. Otherwise, I can write if I'm going for a general writing, I'm going to write something like, types of writing letter. Okay, so which gives some more details about the writing. Okay, and this paragraph usually can have as many as much text as possible, and we can have multiple paragraph tags as well in a particular web page, so we can have as much paragraph tag are required. And right now, I'm going to use this particular keyword in a way such that is similarly how I have written for the meta description, and it is going to provide all the details about what are the types and etc etc etc. Okay, so in this particular paragraph, I'll be using the word letter and then write, and wherever if it is possible how. Okay, so these words, if I use these three words has to be present in this paragraph tag. Similarly, in the other paragraph tags as well. So for this image tag, what I'm going to do, for this image tag, I'm going to use it as write letter. So the same keywords in a different format, and in singular and in plural, and in continuous tense and in present tense and in past tense. So by this way, we will be having the opportunity to convey Google that these particular paragraph is completely about the keyword how to write a letter. All right. And alt tag I can use anything. So right now, let me to use something, writing letter. That's all. Okay. A title, it might not be required, or otherwise we can have the same thing. Okay, hope you understood how we can able to configure the keywords in such a way that we will be writing the keywords exactly highly relevant for the keyword that we are going to target for. Okay, so if we want to optimize a particular page for a keyword that we are targeting, there are two things highly important. So one thing is relevance, and the second thing is we can call it as domain authority, what we call it the age of the website, and what we have is the traffic. Okay, website traffic, web page traffic. So these are the things which will be going to define whether this particular website is going to be helpful, whether this website is highly relevant for the keyword. There are a lot of pages which are available online, and there are a lot of pages which might be written for the same keyword how to write a letter. And relevance is the factor through which Google will be considered 40 percentage for the optimization process. The remaining 60 percentage is going to be considered by the off-page activities. So this relevance we can able to make it with the help of on-page optimization. and this is essential. Okay, and after this relevance, so first Google will be seeing whether this particular page is relevant, and the next important thing that Google will be seeing is going to be the domain authority, age of website, website traffic, and etc etc, and these can be improved with the help of page optimization. And off page optimization is tough. So we had seen about what are the ways that through which we can able to optimize our on page optimization effort. Okay. All right. So, let us explore the website which we had received as a result. Okay, and what does it says and right? Does it says in the same sense how we had learned in our page? Okay, how we had learned right now. So the page has a title which says how to write a letter. That's great. And in this URL, it has how to write a letter.html. Fine. And it has the h1 tag how to write a letter. So you want to check whether it is a h1 tag. Let us have a check. Let us go for the inspect so that we can see what is the actual coding that has been used for creating this particular web page. And this is the HTML and CSS coding which has been used to create this particular website. And right now I'm in the place of how to write a letter, and this has been used inside the tag h1. Okay, h1 tag, and it has been mentioned as how to write a letter. And similarly, so do we have anything more for the h2 tag? Right now here I have another text which is writing a text. So let me to right click this writing a letter, and let me to check it out. Exactly, it is available in the h2 tag which says writing a letter. Hope you understood. It is a other form of how to write a letter, and it has used the keyword write and letter, and that's how they had optimized. So that means what, this international SEO person had properly written a SEO optimization work for this particular website. Okay. All right. So right now, what we are going to see next is going to be, the paragraph tag. So of course, the paragraph tag will have the write and letter and how, etc., and formal letter, and we have an informal letter and etc., etc. We have the writing. So all the keywords has been there, which has been available in the paragraph text as well. And let us explore the images. Okay, so we have one image here, and let us explore what is this image says. This image is having the file name which is called as um, sample letter. Okay, so this is the image file sample letter. Okay, so it has a keyword letter. Okay, so what do we have it in the alt tag? Example of how to write a letter. We have the keyword. Okay, all right. So this is how they had used the image alt tag and image file name in order to say the Google that this page is highly relevant or exactly relevant for the keyword how to write a letter. Okay, we have one more image here, so let us explore what it says. It says the alt tag how to write a letter. Okay, and it has the name as a JPEG name as letter writing. So writing letter. Okay, all right. Hope you understood. So how we can master the on-page optimization works for the on-page optimization for a particular keyword that we are targeting. Okay. All right. Hope you understood how to make an on-page optimization work for a keyword that we are searching online. And let us go to the WordPress document, and we will try to find out how we can practically implement those changes on the WordPress website. Okay, so in this WordPress website, I'm going to explore this particular my websites. and in the sites pages. So we had already created a page called cricket fans page, and let us optimize this particular page for the keyword how to write a letter. Let me to choose the edit option. Okay, so right now in this particular page, so what are the optimizations that I'm going to do? Right now, I'm going to change the URL slug, and I'm going to optimize for how to write a letter. So once I write the slug, we can able to notice here this spaces will not be there while we are going to see this particular website. And in order to have something like safety, let me to write the hyphen here itself. If it doesn't write the hyphen, that is fine. It is going to create with hyphen by default. Okay, so URL slug I had written as how to write a letter, and this is the H1 tag. I'm going to change it as how to write a letter. And then what do I have next? I have the image. So in this image, I'm having the options here, like what is the alt text I have. So I'm going to write it as how to write a letter. Done. And similarly, uh, for this image, we have the alternate text, which is nothing but the alt text. So we are going to write it as how to write a letter. Simply whatever the text that we might have it in our mind. Update. All right, that's great. Right now, for the H2 tag, we have to write it's something like letter writing. So let us make this particular hi everyone as a H2 tag. So how shall we do this? So let us select this particular keyword, particular text, the WordPress document, and let us go for the heading 2 option. Let us click this heading 2 option, and then we will write it here as letter writing. All right. So we have something for the H2 tag. Done. So right now I'm going for the update option. I'm going to view this page. When I view this page, I have the title, how to write a letter. I have the URL slug, how to write a letter. And I have the H1 tag, how to write a letter. And then, I have the image with the alt tag, how to write a letter. And, I can use something similar word for the H2 tag, letter writing. So how I can able to check? I just require right click. I have to go for the inspect. Then I can able to notice this particular word has been used inside letter writing has been used inside the H2 tag. Okay. So this is how we can able to implement an on-page optimization work onto a website, onto a web page that we had created using the WordPress. Okay. All right then. So I think for today this would be enough. And if you have any doubts to be clarified, you can ask me now. And after this, we can able to go for a wind-up session, and we can meet by tomorrow. Hi Samir. I thought today some practical session, but practically audio reasons I had used completely for the theoretical session. You have any doubts, Samir, or shall we wind up for today and meet by tomorrow? Let me to check out what is the text that I have. Okay. Okay, that's great. So, fine, Samir. Then we will share the screen and do the work by tomorrow. And so, what is the questions that has been asked? Till image topic. Okay, in H1, H2, no hyphens needed. The answer is yes. In H1 tag and H2 tag, hyphens are not required. The reason is the information whatever that will be communicated to the end user, those informations does not require any hyphen. The hyphen is used only for the places where something like the URL. Here you can see VTI hyphen. So URL should not have any spaces. If we provide any space in the URL, it will become a search term. Then it will be running that particular search in the Google search algorithm. So the URL should not have a hyphen. So H1 and H2 tags hyphen not required. And why Twino dashes in B? Uh, why Twino? Two dashes in B. I'm sorry, I couldn't get this question actually. Then what we have here is, can on-page optimization be done by us without need of guy who made website? Good question. And Samir, we can definitely make the on-page optimization for any website uh, without requirement of any website designer. The reason is whatever that we are going to do, it is just going to be making changes in the text, and it is not going to touch any of the designer part or coding part. But only thing is we require the access for the hosting account. We require the access for the hosting account, and we require a platform for us to edit that particular page. Like for a WordPress, we can create the page and we can edit it in the same location. And for some of the websites, the files will be available in the hosting. We have to download that file and we have to open it in the notepad, or we have to open it in some HTML editor file. Some of the HTML editor file are the Dreamweaver, and similarly there are a lot of other websites are available, and using those websites you can able to edit the file. And editing this file, you can change the text in H1 tag, etc., etc., and you can upload that file into the hosting, so that the on-page optimization will be done without having any issues. All right. And so, what do we have here? The next question is, yes, okay. And then OpenCart. So OpenCart, it is a e-commerce CMS. I'm sorry, e-commerce CMS platform, that is content management system. So here the pages will not be static, like how the pages what we have for the simple website HTML CSS file. These CMS websites will not have a static website. It will take the data from the database, and based on the query that people are making and based on the query that execution is happening, it will create a web page dynamically. The OpenCart is a platform used for e-commerce creations or e-commerce website creation. It creates the data dynamically, so we can't able to optimize using the same method of editing it like a WordPress, or might be like editing it using the something like a hosting file. But a developer can able to provide the options for editing the pages, editing the SEO tags. Okay, so for an example, let me to show you one example. So this is a CMS file, so which will have a lot of product and etc. So right now, the developer will be providing the options to edit this page with the help of page editing. So here they will be providing the options for us for the page, slug, title, meta description, and etc. etc. Okay, so this if they provide using the developer support, then we can edit it with the help of edit option. Otherwise, we can't able to edit that particular CMS. Okay, all right. And the next question is, that's what my website is on, indiangulfshop.com. That is true. OpenCart, we can able to edit it if we have the login access. We just require to log in and we have to check it out whether those options were available. Okay, Samir. Thank you very much for today. And tomorrow we will explore something more in detail. And have a good night. Yes, same to you.